What's up guys, Tomahawk here. Welcome back to some more Minecraft survival games. Today we're playing on Valleyside University for the third time in a row because we're just lucky with that sort of pickings. Let's just get that chest. Got an iron helmet. That is perfection. Let's just hope no one's running the same general direction that we are, which most of the time people are, but we could still usually get to our chest route before anyone else does. So, honestly, this weekend has been a long and somewhat awesome weekend, also a somewhat painful weekend, and I'm going to share it with you guys. So, Saturday morning, I get a text from Hayden, otherwise known as the girlfriend person that you know from the video that Stacy was in, and she asked me, her parents' good friends were moving, and they needed some, an extra pair of hands to help them out with moving. So Hayden and her family and they wanted me to come and help move stuff too, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll be a helping hand as best as possible, right? Because I like being nice sometimes. I know, Tomahawk being nice, that's crazy. Anyway, so I decided, that they were going to come pick me up in about 15 minutes, since they were fashionably late like they always are. It actually took more like an hour, but eventually they come, and they drive us on over to this place. It's their friends Amy and Brian, and I didn't know how far away they lived. Apparently they lived 45 minutes away. They lived in Long Beach, and they have a beach house, or at least they had a beach house because they were moving. Anyway, so they were gonna move, obviously, and so we get there, and they're already pretty much almost done with the loading of the U-Haul. They maybe had another 45 minutes-ish worth of stuff that they needed to pack. So I just go, me and Hayden's dad, we help out Brian, and there's also two other guys. I know one of their names is Rich, and I don't know the name of the other guy. I feel bad for not remembering, but anyway, so there's like 5 of us all working on loading this U-Haul up with just a bunch of stuff that we were gonna do. So after about 45 minutes of work, it's finally loaded, and we close it all up. And he's just like, okay, now we need to take this down to the storage facility, because they had like a garage thing that they were able to put all this stuff in to just store it away for a little while. And so we're just like, oh yeah, cool. And so there's 3 seats in the U-Haul, and there's 5 of us. So it's like, oh, I can fit 2 people in the thing. And so Hayden stays at the house and to like sweep and stuff, mop and stuff with her mom. And so it was just me, Hayden's dad, Brian, Rich, and the other guy who were all going to go. And so instead of sitting in the middle of a 3-seater U-Haul, I asked to go sit with Rich and the other guy. And they're just like, oh man, you're not. The guy Brian says this, like, he's like, oh, you don't want to ride, bitch. It's like, nah, don't want to ride, don't want to ride, bitch. It's funny that he said that. Like, I don't know. I think when people see me, they have the they give the I give the appearance of being older than I actually am, and they'll say bad things. And when I tell them how old I am, it's like, oh, I shouldn't be saying that. That's not actually what happened with Brian. It was really funny. But anyway, so I get in the car with Rich and the other guy, and they asked me, it's like, oh, what do I want to be in life? And I was like, maybe I'll do computer science. I'm not really sure what I want to do with my life yet. They're just like, oh yeah. And then apparently these guys, I'm not kidding, this is actually what happened. These guys are awesome. Like, if this is true, what I'm about to say, you guys heard it here first, all right? You heard it here first. So what apparently it is these guys are actually scientists from Israel. I'm not kidding, guys. And they, oh my goodness, you almost lit me on fire. Why am I trying to block it? Why am I trying to block it? Block hitting is failed. Oh, just run. That was a bad idea. Anyway, these scientists from Israel that are working on this like world-changing project. Like, they're just like, after they say what they're doing, it's like, what we're doing is will actually change the world. I'm like, really? I'm like, oh my goodness, what was that? Whatever. That was that guy came out of nowhere. Let's just keep going. I've done this video like 6 times already, and I don't feel like trying to get one where I win. So, or at least where I go through it all the time. Anyway, so the guy's just like, what we're doing is going to change the world, and I'm just like, really, dude? Like, I didn't believe him. I still don't really believe him, to be honest. But they sounded like they would know what they were like, talking about, and it was crazy. But anyway, so they're just like there's these scientists that went and spent like some $3 million on this patent to this new technology that they discovered. And what it is the way transmission works right now, or at least this is how they explained it to me. I could be completely bullshitting you guys, but this is just what they told me. So don't take what I say for word, unless for some reason you hear some this name Rich in the news sometime in the near future with this new technology that's going to change the world. But they tell me the way that electrical currents usually work to send messages and data between lines is there's an electrical wire, and then there's sinusoidal waves that send it. You know, they're like sine waves that go up and down and send it across, and that's how it works. And what they were doing with their experiments or whatever is they were taking the sinusoidal waves and spinning them. And what it would do is, if you were to theoretically, you know, have a wire with the spinning sinusoidal waves, is you could have thousands of the waves going at slightly separate angles so they don't interfere with each other, all going down the same wire, and technically speaking, you could be thousands of times faster at sending transmissions. So, like, you know, you have your gigabit internet that Google Fiber has, that'll be 1,000 times of that, which is, thinking about that, that's absolutely ridiculous. They were explaining how they can create, like, cell towers that, like, cell networks that don't need cell towers, that will work off of ping-ponging off of each other's phones and whatnot. But the crazy thing is they're telling me about this is that the way it worked is that when they did it, it didn't produce any noise. And apparently the way they're telling me this, I'm not kidding. This is like, I don't know if this is true or not. They're telling me that the way the discoveries worked is that they discovered another dimension with it because of the fact that it doesn't have noise, and they call it 4D. That's what they told me. It was funny. But what happens is usually when you have sent a message or something, there's friction, you know, that slows it down. And what they did by spinning it is they didn't find any friction. It was just non-existent. It was I don't know how, but that's why they said it discovered another dimension without friction in it, apparently. And so they were explaining theoretically what they could do with this is they could it's so precise in a way that it can cure all tissue diseases. So, like, let's say there's a cancer cell, and it's either left hand or right hand. I don't know what that means. They were talking about it. That cancer cells can either be left hand or right hand, and if they wanted to destroy the left hand of the cell, they can do it without harming the right hand of the cell. It's that precise. And apparently, the way they said it is it could cure all tissue disease like cancerous stuff if used if used correctly. And I'm hearing all these things that they say it can do, and I'm just thinking, either these guys are crazy or they're the most brilliant people that I will probably ever meet in my lifetime. And it's crazy. Like they were explaining more stuff about it. I think I can't even remember really what they were saying about it, but this is all in like a 45-minute or maybe like half an hour car ride on over to this storage unit. And so that's the end of that weird thing. I guess you could try looking into it, but maybe it's this brand new thing, so I don't know if you'll be able to find anything on it if you research into it. Maybe you can be able to shed some light on me, because I honestly understood nothing of what they were talking about. It was so strange. But anyway, so I can on when we get there, we unload all the stuff from the U-Haul, which took like 20 minutes. It was really fast. And we put a bunch of boxes against a wall, and we organized a bunch of it. And the problem was we still didn't have enough space. Uh-oh, I'm gonna just run away. Thank you. Closing the doors. There you go. Bye-bye. That's funny. Coming right here. Boom. Lit you on fire. Gonna head this way. Thank you very much. And just gonna come on this way. Hello. And you don't want to jump in the water. They're gonna knock me in the water, aren't they? Oh, keep running. Keep running. Okay, you're right there. Knock you back. I think oh, this is... Why am I doing... Oh my goodness, one of them's dead. Okay, come back here. And... Oh, that was an example of what you shouldn't do when you're fighting people in a game. Okay, coming on into this next one. So organizing it didn't take too much. Maybe took 45 minutes after everything was loaded, but we still had more stuff that we needed to, you know, pack, and it didn't really go with the boxes and stuff. So he had these shelves that were in the storage unit that didn't have any wood on them, and so there's like, oh, let me just go down to Home Depot real quick, and we can get those plywoods, and we can put them on and take like maybe 5 minutes as soon as we get back. So he takes off with Rich, and so it's just me, Hayden's dad, and his name's Joshua, by the way. It's me, Joshua, and what do you call it? the other guy, I forgot his name. And so we're sitting there in this air-conditioned room, just waiting for them to come back, and the other guy, which is one of the scientist guys, he starts getting into this like kind of side project thing that he's working on, that is basically trying to make it so you can maximize crop yield in crops by using the least amount of water possible. And he said, that it's not necessarily the main thing that he's working on, but but what they've done so far with their thing is that they've been overwatering by over 50%, and like they're getting. She's just explaining all this crazy stuff that I'm just like, wow. Like, if you ever think you're smart, if you're kind of a smart person, just if you're over around anyone smarter than you, you kind of just oh my, really. You just instantaneously, I can't believe I'm dying so much. You instantaneously, you feel really stupid when you're around these guys. It's too late, guys. I can't get any more of this. I can't record for any longer. It's like 11 o'clock. I have school tomorrow. I have to start studying. Finals week is next week. I'll tell a story about what kind of stuff happened today in tomorrow's video, but at this point I'm dying too much. I can't really restart any recordings, so I apologize for the the gameplay being absolutely shit. I know I've been annoying a couple of you recently with all the bad commentary or all the bad gameplay when I'm doing commentary, especially with the whole switcheroo video. You guys got really mad with that, but apologize. But school is being really annoying, so it's, maybe 2 weeks more of bad gameplay, and then after that maybe it'll be better, maybe not. Depends on how good I am, but yeah, sorry. Hope you guys enjoyed the weird scientific commentary with these crackpot guys. Maybe they'll turn out to be true and the world will be changed. Maybe not. Hope you guys have a nice day, please. Rah!